Okay. Hey. Yeah. Hey. All right. Yeah. Okay, okay. Let me see because this is gonna start again. Lord, let me find out how to cut this song off because we'll be dancing to this the whole time. Hold on. I already want to start dancing again. Okay, let me cut it down. Let me cut it down. Hey, see? Hey, hey. Okay, I'm really gonna stop this time. But I'm just gonna go slowly on this music. This music is so good. I love this song. And by the way, if anyone cares, that is Constantine. Constantine, this is Take Me Higher. Um, and hello, this is Adrienne, Capricorn Tigress of Astrology A Look Inside. It is Friday, August 22nd. It is the day before the new moon in Virgo. I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I'm not sure how much energy I'm going to have tomorrow, so I figured I'm going to come when I've got the energy and do what I can do when I can do when I can do when I can do it. See what I say? And I'm going to record, I'm going to upload it, but I've already done an astrology offer party on Facebook, recorded it, and I'm about to upload it on YouTube. So you're going to be able to see that, but we're going to do our own little thing right now on YouTube. And I'm also streaming on hypec.com. Shout out to Hypec, everybody over on hypec.com. And find me there if you like to visit over there to Hypec, which is hypsee.com/Capricorn Tigress. And you can see my profile there, and you can order readings. So if you want to get a reading with me while I'm live tonight, you can actually go to that Hypec and order that. Now, if you're on YouTube and you're seeing me, you can get a super chat, and I will honor a super chat and answer your questions right here on YouTube. But if you've got a special question or you want to get, a special type of reading, like me to spend some time with you, I'll do it while I'm live, or I can even record it privately and do it that way. So either way. And let's see, I've got a lot I want to talk about. As I mentioned in the beginning, we've got a Virgo new moon coming tomorrow, and let's talk a little bit about the Virgo new moon. I did do my research. It's funny when sometimes I come and I don't do my research because I'm winging it. Sometimes it's from memory. I just remember certain things because I know, it's that time of the year. But we've got a really special new moon in Virgo coming up right now. We've got a black moon coming up. It's a rare moon coming up on the 23rd. It's a new moon in Virgo. And the thing is that this whole new moon is happening at 0 degrees of Virgo. Now, I don't know if 0 degrees of Virgo means anything in your life, because maybe 0 degrees of Virgo doesn't really strike any particular chords for you. But this is a really odd thing, and I'm gonna check. We're gonna check right now while we're. I wish I had like Jeopardy music. Do do. I'll do it with my voice. Do 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 do. Okay, now I need to go and make sure I've got my chart up, because I want to make sure I'm not lying when I say what I'm about to say. But I'm about to say it, okay? We're seconds away from me saying what I'm about to say, and I'm about to say it and make it official in just a moment, okay? Okay, you ready? Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's for the 23rd too, isn't that something? So, this sucker's in my first house, in my seventh house. Shoot! Oh, just missed it. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. I don't want you to think I'm just tripping, because you're gonna be like, she's tripping. No, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm telling y'all something for real. Okay, I'm trying to hide my birth data up here, but look, you guys, look, I'm not kidding. Y'all thought I'm joking? No. I've got right here, if you can see, 0 degrees, 53 minutes of Pisces on my second house cusp, which means my 8th house, the house of death, sex, and other people's money and taxes, is at 0 degrees and 53 minutes. That means that this full moon is happening exactly on my 8th house cusp, but inside of the 7th house. That's what I thought because this is, let me check, is that it's not at 53 degrees. I thought it was at 33 degrees. Hold on, let me make sure I've got the exact degree, because I'm a degree fanatic, and a lot of people don't think degrees matter. I do. I have 0 degrees and 23 minutes. My gosh. So it is in my 7th house by 30 minutes. It just missed my 8th house. Oh my gosh. You guys, you don't understand. I'm still scared because it's sitting on my 8th house cusp. My 8th house cusp, how rare, is at 0 degrees and 53 minutes of Virgo. Now, what can the 8th house cusp mean? And you're going to see why girlfriend is about to do what girlfriend is about to do in just a minute. But what does the 8th house cusp mean? And don't forget, it's opposing the 2nd house cusp. Let me tell you what's happening at my 2nd house right now. My bank account is bounced right now. Now, I've had miracles before, and I'm a miracle believer, and I believe that that miracles are going to happen. I woke up one day and I thought, well, I've got everyone's talking about digital products. Everyone's buying digital products. Well, I'm like literally a digital product queen. I've got so many things, so many workbooks, so many templates and courses, and you guys don't even understand. I'm about to share with you a little bit in just a minute. So I was trying to understand what I should do. And I had a talk with ChatGPT, and we came up with this entire plan to promote my digital products. And so I am having the Astrology Mega Digital Bundle offer party tonight, this Friday, right here, right now on YouTube. And I'm going to be sharing with you these products, what that means, what they are, how you can get them, and some other specials I have, because not everybody promotes themselves as much as I have to. And I wish I didn't, because I wish I didn't have to come and, promote my services. But I was saying in a video I made earlier, I live primarily off of what I can generate, if I can generate anything. Because, well, I'm retired, I'm 62 and a half years old, and I do astrology for my life, for my living. I do it because I love it. It's funny, and I'm going to get to this, I'm running off at the mouth here, but I was looking at this thing earlier about being a generator, and I'm a 6-2 generator. Of any other generators, are out there, let me know. Any other 6-2s out there, let me know. But I'm a 6-2 generator, which is the role model hermit, which, I understand that what I do might put me in the position of being some kind of role model for some kind of reason, because, well, you go on the internet, right? That means you're some kind of internet person. And I accept that. But I am a hermit. I am not somebody out there putting myself out there like that. My private life is my private life. You don't see my private life nowhere except what I tell, share what I want to share, and that's what I want to share, and that's it. I'm not trying to be no famous person. I'm just trying to survive, pay my bills every month, and not die. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to enjoy myself, enjoy what I love to do, which is astrology, and be able to survive off it, because that's what I love to do. If we can't survive doing what we love to do, it's sad, isn't it? Because then we're forced to do what we don't want to do and what we don't love. And that's horrible for a generator. That's horrible for anybody, but particularly a generator. So I feel blessed that somewhere along the line, I was moved to learn astrology in the way that I have learned astrology. And that I love it the way I love it, right? Anyway, let's talk about all of this, because all of this is sitting up here. And by the way, I'm an open book. I just literally, let me move this out the way so you can see. I am literally an open book, like literally an open book. You see all that up at the top, right? You see all that, right? You see my sun sitting up right on the ascendant right here. I could try to hide about not having a lot of money, my career being like hidden, but it's right here. I struggle with my career because my progress MC is sitting in my 12th house. I'm not, unaware of this. Now, I just realized that my progressed MC is now touching my sun. Hey! Oh! Let's party. Oh, wait a minute. We got to party now. I just realized it's time to party. Where's the party music? Where's the party music? Why isn't the music partying? Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is. Hold on. I'll put the music on. This is celebration. I mean, when you see that, I've waited for something, anything. I was wondering why I was motivated all of a sudden after being lazy for like forever. This is why. But, I cut this up and I still don't hear it. Do you hear it? I don't hear it. Do you? Do you hear it? I'm not hearing this. Why am I not hearing the thing that I'm supposed to hear? Okay, you guys, hold on for a second. Something has occurred. Wow, I really am not hearing anything. This can't be good. Do I have, oh, I see what it is. Okay, that's way too loud. That's way too loud. Let's put it about here. Okay, now will you work? Okay, wow. So that was a moment where I lost it for a second and I just could not seem to get this to work. I don't know what that was. That was weird. I was going to celebrate, but sometimes things happen for a reason. And the thing is, I want to celebrate, right? But let's keep looking at my chart. I mean, just for a second, you guys, just humor me, okay? I want to celebrate, but even though the MC is conjunct my sun by 4 degrees, it is in the 12th house and PHOULOUS is sitting on it. And I'm not happy by that, because if you guys don't remember, I just did, if you look, oh wait, I might have stuck it under members only. I'll see if I can unmember it. I think it's for members only. But it's called PHOULOUS. And anyway, in the story, what I talk about is the fact that PHOULOUS was this guy who gave wine to Hercules and had helped in some way Hercules. There was some war battle and he had helped Hercules, gave him wine, and then he was half human and half horse. Everyone knows about the centaur and Hercules, right? They always talk about the centaur. Well, that was PHOULOUS. And PHOULOUS had gotten in trouble with the other centaurs because he gave them this wine that was supposedly so fragrant that all the other centaurs came and they got angry at him and Hercules for this about the wine. And the thing about PHOULOUS is that there was this battle because of, I think, the wine. It might have just been a battle in general. And an arrow fell, and he was going inspecting the arrow that I think had went into Hercules, and the arrow fell, pierced his foot, and killed him. Very much like Achilles, right? The Achilles heel, but it's the same situation. Now, I already identify with the Achilles story because, first of all, like, even if I didn't want to, literally, in heaven knows what, I'm going to show it. I'm going to share it right now, just so you don't think I'm kidding. Let me, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing just so that you can see this in real time. This is an old book that's about 35 to 40 years old, maybe 50 years old. I don't know if that old, about 35, 40 years old. And in this book, and by the way, it's from Grant Lewi, Heaven Knows What. And by the way, if you want to get a Grant Lewi Heaven Knows What reading, I actually sell those on the website. That can be purchased, by the way. But anyway, in my own, a Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Taurus person, it says, and I will read this. I've shared it once before, but I'll share it again. You have a genius for people. I'm just going to stop right there for a second. I'm an astrologer. You have a genius for people. Crazy, right? You are capable of handling large crowds and are eager to do so. Your ambition is based in shrewd and practical worldliness. You are one of the crowd, and no matter how far above it you may soar, you always give people the comforting impression that you haven't forgotten where you came from. You have plenty of luck in life and high ability to make the most of it, but you lack somewhat in drive. I admit to being lazy. I talk about it all the time. I was born with a grand trine and a grand sextile. Where's the impetus coming from that? I do have a couple of squares. That's the only impetus. Anyway, when fortuitous circumstances desert you, you are likely to relax, a sort of Achilles sulking in his tent. You are capable of sulking, being an ardent, if unaggressive hater. And you know it's true. It says, for dislikes absorb your energies destructively. You are at your best when you are loving and not hating. And when you are loved and not opposed. Opposition baffles you because your sense of outraged justice and dignity tells you you don't deserve it. You have charm, luck, persistence, vision, and integrity. Through these will go far. It says genuine, humanitarian, devoted. Okay, so you know what I am. I'm one of those kind of people. Okay. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't. And the biggest problem I have is that I am the Achilles sulking in his tent. So that's why I read that to you. That literally is saying I am born under the Achilles sting, right? Whatever the heck that is. Then to find out that PHOULOUS is sitting on my sun by birth, really, it's mortifying. That's, to know that PHOULOUS is definitely on my sun right now in transiting, but it's actually it's mortifying because it is those sudden, unexpected deaths and weirdness like that of having the arrow drop on your foot and cause your immediate death because it's poisonous. And what bothers me is this new moon is sitting on my 8th house cusp of death, money, sex, and taxes, and other people's money. So I'm worried about it. I'm worried about my sudden demise. I am worried because unless I come up with about $150, I'm doomed as far as finances are concerned. And this would definitely looks like a good time for me to have financial destruction. Look, my progressed sun is sitting in my 2nd house near my sitting on the transiting North Node. Oh, what the heck? What? Mm, mm, mm. Ah. So that's opposing it, right? My sun is on it. My sun's in Pisces at 17 degrees, and the North Node's in Pisces at 18 degrees. So it's actually aspecting the North Node. The North Node's going back. They're going toward an exact. What does that mean? The North Node on my progression in the second house. What does it mean? And Mercury on my second house cusp. Does this mean I have money? How can I get the money? Please help me. I have been doing this for a while now, and I'm worried about the money. But I am not going to let the worry concern me. Because this is like, I'm looking at this unfold like it's a movie because it feels absolutely weird. As you can see also, can you tell that this moon at 4 degrees of my progressed moon at 4 degrees of Virgo is on this weird Uranus in Virgo in my 8th house, which makes it's in mutual interception with my Mercury in the 1st house where Pluto is sitting on it. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. It's all happening for real. I'm freaked out. So I'm trying to like be really cautious about what I talk about. But obviously with Mercury sitting on my second house cusp, whatever I do is probably going to be, as far as making money, is probably going to come from talking. And my ascendant, my progressed ascendant is in the 3rd house of communication as well. It's just, I talk a lot. Now, my transiting Chiron is also in the 3rd house, and I think that's probably why I've had some issues with that. Also, it looks like both Saturn and Uranus are now oh no, they're technically still in the 2nd house. That's why I ain't got no money in my bank account right now, because Saturn and Neptune are in the 2nd house. I don't know nothing about no monies. People, you need to help me with the monies because I don't have the monies. Now, I am going to talk to you about what I'm going to give you for the monies, because nobody wants to give monies for nothing. Unless, of course, you're a kind person and you just want to donate. And I'm going to show you how you can just donate too. Sometimes people just want to donate things, and I'm completely open to donations as well. But I want to point out one other thing before I go. First of all, that my progressed ascendant is exactly square my natal ascendant. Exactly. They are exactly square at this moment. And this, the MC and AC are just basically out, just slightly out of a square formation, which maybe that's the catalyst. I remember earlier I said all those trines, and I'm lazy. So maybe this is like, get off your butt. It's time to do it. The other thing I noted, I've got Pallas Athena conjunct, Jupiter and Pallas Athena are both in my 6th house. Jupiter, it looks like it's about to hit my 7th house, which is amazing. My 7th house is 1745, Jupiter's at 1612. So it's right under the descendant, but in the 6th house, dealing with my health, but also work and maybe reaching out to other people and helping other people and doing things for other people. So that's what I'm doing right now. And my Lilith is sitting right on my Neptune, right on my midheaven, right at the top of my chart. I would think at this point, anyone that's not helping me, I hate to say it, y'all some jealous bees, ain't y'all? Because I'm serious. When I'm sharing with y'all what I'm about to give y'all for the money that I'm about to ask, anyone who doesn't get it, there's got to be a mitigating factor in it, especially if you love astrology, and especially if you like astrology a look inside. I can't possibly imagine why you wouldn't want to get it. I mean, you like astrology, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Now, when someone has their Lilith sitting on their Neptune up at their 10,000, it's bad enough having Neptune on the midheaven in the first place. Then having the midheaven progressed into the 12th house. Like, it's like, even if I wanted not to be some mystical, spiritual, witchy poo person who's out there talking witchy poo spiritual stuff, the horoscope is saying thou shalt be a witchy poo spiritual person who's out there talking witchy poo spiritual stuff. Even if I didn't want to do it, it's already in the universe to do it. So the stuff that I'm doing tonight, when I'm going to tell you what I'm up to, and you'll understand. And like I said, I already did a pitch over on Facebook. You'll understand it. I did, like, my sacral. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of being a generator. My sacral told me to do it, which is my gut. My gut said, Adrian, Capricorn Tigress, girl, you got so many digital products. Why aren't you sharing and giving away these digital products, or sharing these digital products, or selling these digital products? And I'm like, I tell you what, I'm going to find a way to do all of the above. And that's what I've done for a really good price. So we'll talk about that. Okay. I think I'll move on to that now, because I don't want to spend this night talking so much about the planets, because I'm going to do that tomorrow night when I do Where the Planets Are. But I wanted to open this up as far as a conversation, because in case someone wants to get a reading with me on Hypesy, or if someone wants to get a live reading with me here on YouTube or something like that. And also, it's a good way for me to just record what I need, so it's recorded and it's there, and I don't have to worry about it. So let's move on to the big thing that I do want to talk about tonight. And my main real purpose for even going live this Friday and doing this, and that's to talk about this Astrology Mega Digital Bundle that I created. And in this Astrology Mega Digital Bundle, I have over 60 different astrology metaphysical resources, but the truth is, I counted it, and there's like 77 or 87. There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's not the actual amount of things, because like one item might have 1,000 things in it, or one item might have 3,000 things in it. Like, there's a lot going on here. So what it is, it's a digital bundle. If you're someone who wanted to, let's say you are a coach, or you are an astrologer, or you're an entrepreneur, or someone who talks about astrology, say on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Pinterest, you would love this, because it's going to have so much detailed information that you can use for your own, or to, create something on your own accord from it, that it's a benefit. So it's also a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of fun. So inside of this, it's an all-in-one toolkit. I tried to put as much in this as possible, like for anybody who wanted to learn astrology, and especially if you're new to astrology. I remember when I first got involved in astrology back in the 70s, and I just remember I was so like, back then we didn't have the internet, but man, I just ate up everything I could find, like every magazine, every post, everything, every book, that I could find, or cassette tape. It was a big deal back then. Just to find the information on astrology was like a hunt for Red October. It was crazy. But I feel like now there's a lot of stuff that's more readily available, but I'm not altogether sure if everything that's readily available is actually accurate. And I'm an old schooler. I like the old school. I feel like it's okay to create your own new modalities. Like I study human design and stuff like that. But that does not in any way negate the basics of astrology that has been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before the birth of Christ, even. My gosh. Ancient astrology, which, by the way, is one of the guides that you'll get when you get this, because you get like, I think 6 guides. I had 5, but there's 6, I think 6 or 7 guides. And one of the guides you get is Ancient Astrology, where I discuss ancient astrology and how we got here. Like, it's 2025, and this is at least 3, 4, 5,000. I think I heard it's 10,000 or 11,000 years old. So when you think about astrology from that viewpoint, we're looking at something very established, very old, very ancient, very real, because it wouldn't still be making sense today if there was something unreal about it. And I've heard over the years, especially when I was first into astrology, oh, astrology isn't real, or astrology is fake, or da-da-da-da-da. Here I am at 62 and a half years old, still not only believing in astrology, but selling and being an astrologer, being a spokesperson, a voice for astrology in 2025, because it is that strong. It is that real. There are certain things that are said, or I even say as an astrologer, and I'll come back and be like, get the goosebumps, because I'm like, oh my God, that was so on point. It is what it is. Like, I mean, people can try to discount it all they want, but some things are so, they just are. And, you know, if I hadn't been doing this for 40 years, I would maybe have some doubt. I have no doubt. Zero doubts in astrology. Zero. 100%. 40 years plus. 0 doubts. That's how secure and sure I am about astrology. There's something to it. No one can understand it, but it is what it is. It just is. Even in the beginning, what is it, Ra and whatever the sun gods, they were worshiping the sun. They knew from the beginning that there was something about the sun. There's something about the planets. People don't understand why we are affected by the planets, the way we are affected by the planets. But I think many people can attest to the reality that we are affected by the planets. And not just us, the oceans and, you know, animals, everything, temperature, seasons, everything is affected by things outside of our actual atmosphere, outside of Earth. Sunbursts create problems, tsunamis even. We don't even understand that. So before people can go and say, oh, that's not real, you better understand astrology and understand how our entire planet is affected by what happens on a planet 20 million light years away or something crazy. It's insanity. I wish, you know, I could say for how God put it together, but someone larger and more intelligent than I and you and all of us put it together. This is divine. The universe is placed strategically in a divine way. Otherwise, we all be dead. We wouldn't have been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, or millions of years, or whatever it might be. It's bigger than us. And until we can understand that, grasp that, and just roll with that, people are going to have a lot of problems. Now there's a lot of talk about parallel universe, parallel worlds. Oh, there might be parallel universes and stuff, and it's bigger than we thought. It's deeper than we thought. So let's talk a little bit about this. Like I said, with this Astrology Mega Digital Bundle, you're going to get an all-in-one tool, get It's for astrology, for learning, for creativity, for inspiration. It's packed with ebooks, training guides, zodiac, graphics, worksheets, coloring pages for stress, over 18,000 inspirational quotes, and all types of different images. It's the perfect bundle for any astrology buff, any astrology student, any astrology coach, any astrology teacher, anyone who wants to know more about astrology or share more about astrology, because this will be your toolkit that you can turn to when you want to know more or prepare more about astrology. So this is a special, and I'm going to share a special with you, because if you're watching this and you hear this, then that means you have listened to this, and then you are worthy of the special that I'm about to tell you about. So as you see here, if you get this on kit, which I do recommend, by the way, because Monday everything's going to be $27. But between now and Sunday night at midnight, I think it's either, or maybe Monday at noon. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it's for a limited time. But if you go to the website at astrologyalookinside.com and purchase it on the website at astrologyalookinside.com. And there's a great big thing when you go to the website, so you'll see it. When you go to checkout, put in the words MEGA, MEGA, and you'll be able to get it for $17. $17. And I'm not going to show you it, but I'm going to just read off some of the stuff that you will get in this. There's stress relief coloring pages, 812 quote images, 3,400 fact quote images, all about astrology, ancient astrology, astrology, a look inside, sketches to color, astrology and intuition, astrology and tarot symbols, astrology elements and modalities, astrology 101, a cosmic startup, astrology 101, a fun and informative introduction, astrology 101, a humorous look inside, astrology 101, Aries, astrology 101, unlock the cosmos, astrology 101, unlocking the cosmos, astrology 101, unlocking the secrets of the zodiac, beautiful astrology photos, a copy of the Aquarius Full Moon Guided Journal, a copy of the Aquarius Full Moon Guided Journal PDF, a copy of the Astrology 101 ebook, a copy of the Astrology Worksheet set PDF, copy of Full Moon in Aries Guided Journal, Full Moon in Cancer Guided Journal, Full Moon in Capricorn Affirmation Deck, Full Moon in Capricorn Affirmation Deck, card deck, Full Moon in Capricorn Guided Journal, Full Moon in Gemini Guided Journal, Full Moon in Libra Guided Journal, Full Moon in Pisces Guided Journal, Full Moon in Sagittarius Guided Journal, Full Moon in Sagittarius Affirmation Card Deck, Full Moon in Sagittarius Affirmation Card Deck, Full Moon in Scorpio Guided Journal, Full Moon in Taurus Guided Journal, Full Moon in Virgo Guided Journal, Full Moon in Gemini Season Guided Journal, copy of Shadow Work Journal, Full Moon in Leo Guided Journal, Gemini Season Guided Journal, Gratitude Crystal Grids, Happy Birthday Taurus Astrology 101, Leo the Royal Lion of the Zodiac 101, Love and Compassion Crystal Grids, Part 1, quote images, Part 2, quote images, Part 3, quote images. All of those have 3,000 quotes. Pattern coloring pages, Sun, Moon, and Planets, Unlocking the Universe, Astrology 101, Zodiac Sign Characteristics, all 12, Zodiac Sign Checklist, Zodiac Sign Graphics. And all of that you can get for $27. And if you mention at checkout MEGA before Monday, you can get it for $17. So stock up. Get all your astrology digital products. You'll have them all in one place. And they're yours to use for a lifetime. You can read them, use them, repurpose them, whatever it is. And you never know, I might be adding more stuff to this list. I'm doing a rehaul, so most of this stuff is stuff that I don't mind sharing and getting out there. And I'm pleased to give this stuff away. There are other things that I also would love for you guys to get involved in. And so, you know, that's something altogether different. We'll talk about that at another time. But for now, let's just talk about, you know, let's get you guys to get this mega bundle, this digital bundle. You can never have enough digital products or graphics or pictures or whatever it is for astrology. To me, one of the things I love to do is to post on the internet about astrology things. And I think a lot of people love doing that because a lot of people relate to astrology. It just is so natural for most of us. We've grown up hearing things, learning things, and it just resonates in the hearts and minds and souls of a lot of people. And so I just feel like this is such a great digital bundle for anybody who loves astrology, but especially if you're into it. You know, like if you're an astrologer or a tarot reader, a spiritual coach, anyone like that who is dealing with others, that you might need to create things that have, like, say, astrology symbols or something like that. I think you'll enjoy this very much. Okay. So do you know, you guys, let me just check to see, because I just came here to talk about this product because the reality check, you saw my horoscope. I'm going to put the links up for this product when I'm finished, but you saw my horoscope, you guys. And the reality is, with my horoscope, with so much emphasis in the 7th house, you know, I've got a lot in the 7th house. And I just feel like it's you know, the 7th house is not good so much as far as how things go with other people. I've got the North Node in the 7th house by birth. I know I'm supposed to communicate with other people. And so I wanted to come out here to communicate with other people, especially to share this message and to talk a little bit about what was going on with my chart. And, you know, tomorrow what we'll do, and also to get you guys ready for this new moon in Virgo. Now, I tell you what, because I did not complete what I wanted to do about the full moon in Virgo. So let me do that. Let me just tell you a little bit about that, because I was going to do it and then I got distracted and then we moved on. So let's talk a little bit about this new moon in Virgo, because it's going to probably happen before I go live tomorrow. So I might as well talk about it tonight as far as the new moon in Virgo, right? And we had talked about it being at 0 degrees and 53 minutes, or 23 minutes. That's my 8th house at 0 degrees and 53 minutes. 0 degrees and 23 minutes. So let's talk about what this really means, okay? I did a lot of research, so I just want to just kind of go over this. So this new moon in Virgo, it offers an opportunity to set practical and realistic intentions focused on health, routines, and service. This black moon is considered a unique celestial event, potentially bringing unexpected shifts and a chance to reset priorities to align with your authentic self. It's time to focus on small intentional steps. Small intentional steps. It's time to refine what truly matters and to commit to embodying a more balanced and worthy version of yourself. This new moon also brings a practical, analytical side of Virgo. You know, Virgos are very analytical. They tend to criticize. I mean, that is one of their things. They're very critical. And but it also encourages simplicity, refinement, a focus on what truly matters. The black moon is a relatively rare occurrence. It's not it's not, normal. And in this case, it refers to this month's new moon. It's the second new moon to occur in a single calendar month, or the final new moon of a season. Now, here's what I mean. We're going to have a Virgo new moon tomorrow on the 23rd. And then we're going to have another Virgo new moon on the 21st of September. So 2 Virgo new moons. So that's one of the things that makes this weird. But this is a cosmic reset. The event provides a significant opportunity for spiritual reset, helping you to reconnect with your true purpose and align your life with your deepest values. So instead of setting goals from a place of lack, it helps you to set your intentions from a place of self-acceptance, knowing what your intent is, and knowing that you are inherently capable and worthy of achieving your goals. Okay. Also, it's a good time to set some practical, sustainable goals and intentions when it comes to your health and your daily routines, how you can be of service to others, what you can do to improve your life and your health for yourself. The energy calls for streamlining and focusing on what's essential, helping you to release patterns that no longer serve your best interests. So allow yourself to begin some new ventures and don't expect perfection. There may not be anything near perfection, okay? You've got to be okay with that. And understand that growth happens through a process of refinement and commitment. So the more you are committed to a thing, the more energy you put in a thing, the more you refine it, the better you get at it, the better it is. This event invites you to dedicate yourself to your own well-being and to embody your authentic self as you are meant to be. Also, this new moon is squaring the planet of Uranus almost exactly. So, bring that. It's going to be unpredictable. The energy is unpredictable. It's a square with the new moon and Uranus. That's why I brought out the fact that my Uranus is at 5 degrees, and there's stuff happening there. I'm so frustrated. It's really scary in a way. But despite this unpredictability, there's some opportunity here to manifest positively. I mean, it's going to be something different out of the blue. It might shake things up. I don't know. I'm worried about the money. I pray I get some sales. Gosh bless me. The last I looked, I was minus something. Nobody likes looking at their bank account and seeing minuses. So, that's when you realize you have to come out and say, look, I've got stuff for sale. Here's everything but the kitchen sink. Buy my stuff, basically. So I feel like this Virgo new moon is going to give you some fortitude and some vision, kind of like that, right? To make your dreams a reality, or come up with some idea out of the blue, something through consistent effort and patience that turns out to something. And it's just funny that all of the stuff that I've gotten there is all stuff I've already done, and it's all packaged and ready. So it's just crazy, right? Anyway, Virgo season is busier than usual this year. There's going to be 2 back-to-back new moons, as I mentioned, tomorrow the 23rd, and then on the 21st of September. And this new moon in August is at 0 degrees of Virgo, and that makes it particularly potent, okay? Because that is 0 degrees of anything is like a very metaphysical number, and it is really like a stress number in astrology. It really does make a big difference. So it's a time for new beginnings, setting your intentions. I mean, it's 0 degrees. It's a reset for real. And embracing organizational changes. And I'm ready to embrace the change. If that's something I think everyone should stop whatever you're doing. I'm going to use my selenite wand just to clear this energy really quick. Okay. I accept new beginnings. Say that. Say that with me. I accept new beginnings. I accept my new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I said that until it felt real for me. I wanted that to feel so real that I couldn't stop. Now, I want to tell you, when I was doing that, I felt a pain in my right, that's either my kidney or my right lung, because it was my back. But I felt a pain in my right lung in my back, or in my back, just the right side of my back. So I don't know what that is. Maybe I was releasing something that might have been happening with my left back, my kidneys maybe, or lung. But if I'm going to make a clip of this, of accepting new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. I accept new beginnings. I am open to new beginnings. Because I accept new beginnings and I am open to them. I am open to collaborations. I am open to new clients. I am open to new money-making ideas. I am open to new opportunities. I am open to using new services. I am open to meeting new people. I am open to making new friends. I am open to new relationships. I am open to love. I am open to friendship. I am open to happiness. I am open to joy. I am open to all levels of expectancy because I expect something great to come into my life. So let's move on. Again, this new moon at 0 degrees of Virgo is about new beginnings, setting intentions, which we just did, and embracing organizational changes. This new moon is around 0 degrees and 23 minutes of Virgo. It's an entry point into the sign of daily routines, health, and refinement, offering some powerful changes, some opportunities for personal and global improvement. This might be us being a little picky about things on a personal or global level, but you're going to see more honesty, I think, over the next 2 weeks when it comes to this, because Virgo is critical. They're also very rational and analytical. And Virgo, I know, not as bad as Sagittarius, but Virgo likes to tell the truth. And you're going to see a lot of analysts, probably reporters. People are going to come out and start talking about facts, because I don't think we've been hearing about facts. And it'll be interesting, and I think kind of pleasant to hear about facts, because we have not, especially when it comes to multimedia, mainstream media. So this is going to cause this crazy square with Uranus. And Uranus is happening in Gemini. And Gemini is the sign that rules communication. See, both Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. So for both Virgo and Gemini, this is all about communication. The question is, how is the communication going to come out? Is the communication going to be helpful in some way? Because we're looking at a square. So there's a lot of activity. There might be friction. There might be stress. We might see fighting, verbal friction and arguments from this square from Gemini in Uranus to this Virgo new moon. Yeah. And Uranus is the planet of awakening, change, surprise. Whenever the moon and Uranus get together, there tends to be some kind of wild card energy. And we might not be sure of which way things are going to be, but you know, it could go either way. But the world is trying, there's something going on. And I think we all can feel it. Things don't feel secure. They don't. Are people honest enough to admit this? That things are not feeling secure right now. And every day they feel less secure. I think people are trying to normalize something that cannot be normalized. It cannot be normalized. It's not normal. It's you know, maybe if it was 200 years ago, but at this point it's aberrated behavior, and we all know it. So while Uranus and the moon are active under this new moon, so is SEDNA, SEDNA. SEDNA is a dwarf planet. And it is a planet that is a dwarf planet that's linked to transformation, change, which is fitting, you know, because this is our entrance into eclipse season. But SEDNA is also connected to abandonment. It's like a wound of abandonment and the process of finding ourselves through rejection. So I know that everything that I'm doing might get rejected. I might feel completely abandoned. After all, I mean, I'm in a situation where I'm facing financial ruin, and maybe the only way there is the financial ruin. The fact that I'm sitting here just talking about the rejection of others to me so calmly, is weird, but this might not just be me. I feel like everyone's got this area in their horoscope where they're going to feel the rejection, this wound of abandonment. Where is Virgo in your horoscope? What house is it falling in? Do you know? Because where that is where you're going to feel this rejection, this sense of abandonment. I mean, if it's in the 5th house of romance, maybe you don't feel loved right now. Maybe your romance feels like you've been abandoned, or that you're being rejected in your love. If it's the 4th house, maybe something's happening with your home life. You might feel like your home is you're being abandoned from. You might lose your home or something, or get locked out or something. Who knows? Look at where this is falling in your horoscope, and it's going to tell you how you're going to be affected. Because each of us has experienced abandonment to some degree. All of us have, in some way, at some point of our life. And for some of us, the wound is so deep, and it's more painful, it hurts more, it's deeper, and it's more obvious than it is for others. Some people don't walk around with abandonment scars and wounds like others do. But some of us are abandoned, and we can feel abandoned by people in our lives because we've been abandoned before. And we can feel that abandoned by our body, by our circumstances, abandoned by the universe, and we could feel completely alone, that there's no one to help us, that we're abandoned, we're rejected. It is what it is. Like, I don't know how I'm going to recover from having $0 at the bank. All I can do is keep doing what I do and pray that when I wake up, there's more money in the bank. That's all I can do. And if I wake up and there's no extra money in the bank, that means that, in some form I was rejected. There's nothing I can do about that even, because I can only do what I can do. If the abandonment occurs, the abandonment occurs. There's nothing I can do to fix it. Now, SEDNA calls for us to find where we're needed. Where are you needed? Because for some of us, we're needed where we are loved, right? We're needed where we're loved. Where are we loved? We're needed where we can thrive. Where can we thrive? SEDNA reminds us to free ourselves from situations where we are not wanted, so we can find our true path and purpose. Sometimes you got to strike out on your own just to see if you can do it on your own. You might fail, and that's okay, but at least you try to do it on your own, and that's the most important part. Okay, so you can find your own true path and purpose. So at least try. Even though you might get rejected, you might get abandoned. I might not get a single person that buys a single thing that I gave out, even though I gave them everything but the kitchen sink in that bundle, for hardly any money. You're never going to find that again, ever. Ever. And after Monday, that price is going up, right? I've told you that. So yeah, that happens. But here's the thing. In the story of SEDNA, because there is a story connected to SEDNA, okay? In the story of SEDNA, she was abandoned by her father and then her husband. She was thrown into the sea. But it was there that she became the mother to all the sea creatures and sea life. SEDNA. And if she hadn't left her family home and separated herself from everything she knew, she wouldn't have found her life at the bottom of the sea. That was her purpose. Her life purpose was there at the bottom of the sea. So perhaps the story of SEDNA can inspire some other people for under this new moon. Maybe we need to move away from all that we've known. Maybe it's time to try something new, something different. Maybe we need to return to the wisdom that we've always known to be true. I heard someone else say this, and I can tell you for sure it is true. Sometimes there are certain things that we know inside. We already know. We already have the knowledge. We already have the knowledge inside of us. We might have learned it in a class. We learned it somewhere. We picked it up at some point in time. We've got this knowledge and we know these facts inside of our head. They're there. They're already in there. But somehow, some way, it's like it went in and it went out, and we can't kind of use those facts for a resource the way we should be, okay? And I feel like that is an issue that, there is wisdom that is inside of us that we always have known to be true. It's always been true. It's always going to be true. One of the things I know about myself, regardless of where I'm at, is that I'm ambitious. It's always been true. It's always going to be true. I'm a little lazy, but I am ambitious. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here now making this video. You wouldn't be hearing my voice. You wouldn't be seeing my face, because there would be no ambition to do it. Okay, so here's the thing. Maybe we need to separate ourselves from the people and places that trigger abandonment in us. Some people and places and things trigger abandonment feelings in us. And I'm going to be honest, I get that feeling when I go to Facebook. I do. It's just something about Facebook, man. It's because you see all your friends out there, your family out there, they're liking each other's posts and they're not liking yours. And you just get that feeling like, what's wrong with me? Why aren't they liking me? Haven't they seen me? Now, it could just be that the algorithm isn't showing them you, but why isn't the algorithm showing you? Because they're not liking your posts. It is a both and situation. And so we've got to understand that there are certain people, places, things that trigger these feelings of abandonment within us. So we might even need to lean in closer to rectify and remedy the situations in ourselves and in our lives. Like we might have to look inside ourselves. There's something in us that is triggering the abandonment, maybe the way we're looking at things. Because there's no way under this new moon, no one way under this new moon, especially with Uranus. Uh, there's every direction available. Okay. You can go down this way or you can go down that way. You can go down this way or you can go down that way. You can go down that way. You can go up that way. You can go down that way. You can go over here. You can go over there. It's Uranus and a new moon. Okay. Uranus and the new moon square. My gosh, at 0 degrees of everything's at 0 degrees, and there's Uranus and the moon. Like there's so many directions. My gosh, it's crazy. It's like a traffic jam. So many directions. Everybody can go in any directions. You can be pulled in any direction right now. So keep your emotions, in control. If you find yourself being extra critical, a little naggy, maybe a little biatchy, watch that, because that happens under the Virgo new moon. Virgo new moon is one of the biatchiest new moons there is in the zodiac. So just be aware of that and try to avoid being biatchy if you can. But just know that this is a period of darkness. This is not, end quote, a time of enlightenment, or things might become clear in time, but you might feel, especially with SEDNA there, that this is a period of darkness. So Virgo, and by the way, some of that information I got from foreverconscious.com. If you've not heard of them, please go and check them out. That was wonderful. I love the way they told the story of SEDNA. And if you've not heard of it, definitely go check out Forever Conscious. Virgo is practice. So whatever you need to do, practice, 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 practice. Practice makes perfect, and you're not going to be perfect unless you practice. I've made 2 videos today. I've made multiple videos and that I haven't even posted. And why? Because, well, the more I do it, the better I seem to be able to do it, and the easier it gets doing it. Also, Virgo is practical. It is the practical. So if it doesn't make sense, it ain't making sense. Virgo likes what makes sense. It's either going to make sense or it's not. And if it's not, it's not. You can't make hogwash make sense. Okay. Like I hate to even say this because this is such a Virgo critical thing to say. But I was one of those people that was not feeling Cardi B's new song, Imaginary Player. I wasn't feeling it. I got maybe a minute in and I had to go, and I never needed to hear it again. I just don't need, it's not right. Now, one of the things that I want to say, and I feel I can say it because I am a parent. I've got Taino in me. I know that. And so I know I'm Puerto Rican. So look, Cardi, you've been rich for a hot minute. You have made many videos and songs. But girl, your accent was so strong on that song. I know you were bragging, but I wasn't feeling what you were saying because I could barely make it out. Your accent was too heavy. It wasn't giving honor, I feel, to the song. And there, I said what I had to say. The song was bigger than her ability. And that's an embarrassing thing to tell somebody or say, that the song was bigger than her ability. We all knew the song, it's Jay-Z's song. I heard the Get Money version, and she did sound a little bit better over the Get Money version. But even Get Money song was bigger than her rap. I don't know what happened. Now look, I am not an anti-Cardi person. I like Cardi. Because I don't know, there's something about her I like her, and Baby Blossom is adorable. Baby Blossom is so cute. But I think, now this is just me, I don't know if Cardi just, because it sounded like she was reading, and even though she was saying the things, like her heart wasn't in it. Now I'm just saying that, but it might be. I think Cardi. It's been 7 years. She don't want to. She shouldn't be rapping. Cardi should be on TV, right? It's not like we want her to. I don't want Cardi to go away. I want her to do what she loves and what works for her. She's beautiful, and she's funny. She's got her problems. I think she should have a reality TV show. I've been saying that all over the place. I mean, I know there's some people just turning on her in general because some things that she said about overweight women or black women. I don't want to get into all that. I just feel like she shouldn't be rapping. There's too many good rappers. Sorry to say that, baby. Your accent's really thick, and I didn't realize it until this imaginary players that song is too big for you, and it just showed your limit. Now I had said, and someone came back at me about it, but I don't care. I'm going to stand on it for principle that I believe that Doja Cat is a good example versus Cardi. And they were like, no, I don't agree with you. I still think Cardi did, old rap school. And I'm like, yeah, it did sound old rap, like old, rap from the 90s. But girls that were doing that kind of rap ain't even in the game no more, because there's a reason why they ain't in the game, because they wasn't able to stay up to date with the talent that we now have in this industry. So I use Doja Cat as an example because some people still don't want to give Doja Cat her credit. But Doja Cat has the number 5 trending song on YouTube right now. She's got almost 2 million views on that song. When I listen to it, I just let it play and loop. And I must have listened 10 times. I could work to it. It was good. I wanted to hear it. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but over and over again. I could listen to it when I was cooking. I could listen to it when I was doing my work. I could listen to it when I was cleaning my house. I could listen to it when I wanted to, move my butt. It's a good song. A good song is a good song is a good song. I am not going to say that there's anything. If I can listen to a song 10 times in a row, there is nothing wrong with the song. There's nothing wrong with that song. That song is good. And visually, someone said something about her visuals. Are you kidding? I think her visuals were better. And Cardi had beautiful visuals that looked AI. Doja had beautiful visuals that looked like Doja. And different things. It was different, like, how can I express this? Wow. I'm going to say this, and maybe this will put it into perspective. Doja Cat is Blue Ivy. She worked, she improved on her talent, she became a quadruple threat, which is dancing, singing, acting, and rapping. She improved on her image because she did all kind of stuff in this video, jealous type, oh my gosh. And she's improved. You can see it's growth. That's what you call growth. She grew as a performer. And I'm sure this is not her only song. This is just her, here, take this. Her Take This song got almost 2 million views because it's good. It is what it is. It's just a good song, period. I'm not going to down her because I want to like Cardi. That's stupid. I'm not doing that. Now, I listened to Cardi. I couldn't get through it. Does that mean that Cardi, I don't know if, look, I'm not a, Cardi, I don't think Cardi should be rapping. Cardi should be spending time on her babies and maybe have a reality TV show. That's what I think. And I'm going to stick with that. I think this proved it. I've been thinking it for a hot minute. I mean, a girl hasn't had an album in 7 years. It's not like I haven't been thinking it for 7 years. Like maybe she shouldn't be rapping. Maybe she should make a TV show. And I feel like it is. You can't just use your looks to try to fool us. And I feel like that video, that's what they tried to do. They tried to come with the visual aesthetics to try to fool us. And I'm like, you can't fool us. The song was bigger than her voice. It was bigger than her rapping abilities and bigger than her skill. And that everybody saw it. I'm not the only one saying this. Anyway, as you can see, I did like Doja. You know who else I like? And by the way, uh, the other person I like dropped her record on her album the same day. Ciara, please, people, give Ciara more claim. I want Ciara to get more attention. All this attention on Miss Barty, Miss Cardi, and it ain't happening. Why are we putting our attention on this? When it's let that child. And the rest of the album, I heard she got old songs on there from 4 or 5 years ago. Look, Ciara got a good album. One of the song "What's Up" with Busta Rhymes, I loved it right away. And God bless Busta, he's had a hard year. He needs to shut up. But the rap was good, and she has a couple of other good songs. To me, from what I'm gathering, her whole album is just liquid gold, liquid gold. So why are we even spending our attention on someone with limited talent at best when we got a Ciara album that is like, I don't know, a potential classic? Anyway, see, this is what I'm talking about, this Virgo. I don't know how I'm going to make clips of what I'm talking about right now, but I have to talk because the Virgo new moon, anything. Anyway, another thing about Virgo new moon, knowledge means nothing without application. And that's another reason I came out with that Astrology Mega Digital Bundle. Like, if I'm not going to actually sell the products, share the products, give the products away, whatever I'm doing, what's the purpose of having the products, making the products, creating the products? You know what I mean? You've got to get to the point where you're actually doing the thing. It's one thing to talk about the thing, prepare the thing, organize the thing, but when are you going to do the thing? Doing the thing is the most important part of it right now. Also, making knowledge your own. That's why I came out here to put my 2 cents in it about all of this, so I can make clips about it instead of just going to other people's posts and talking all over their stuff. And because I got my little opinions, right? So sometimes we got to make knowledge our own. We got to tell our own story. We got to put our own 2 cents in. We've got our own opinions about things. And I feel like when this Virgo new moon hits, which it is really already, I feel it already. I can already feel it. But it's about us making our knowledge our own in some way, claiming our knowledge, right? Also, do more and be more. And I want to do more and be more than just a talking head. And I know that you want to do more and be more than just a talking head. Now, I'm sitting here being a talking head right now, but I'm going to stop because I've been all up in the camera like a talking head this whole time, just running my mouth, talking about everybody else's stuff, all in Cardi B's business, all talking about her and her cute little baby Blossom. You know, that's, I feel like that's a lot of what we're going to see also with Virgo, because Virgo is very critical. They notice everything, every detail, every nuance, right? Virgos are going to notice, they're going to pick with it, they're going to bring it to attention. Um, but anyway, whatever goes on, it has to come from you. This is about your true wisdom. This is about developing your true wisdom, sharing your true wisdom. I hope I'm sharing my true wisdom now. I mean, some of my wisdom might just be my own personal opinion, but I wanted to come and share it. I didn't want to be silent when I've got all this stuff that I want to talk about. And I feel like some others are like that right now. You will find maybe over the next few weeks that you have a lot that you want to talk about. And if you get the urge to talk about these things, go ahead and talk about them. Um, the only thing, like I said, is try not to be too critical. I hope I wasn't too critical on Cardi because like I said, I like Cardi, and I don't want it. I don't want anything bad to happen to Cardi. I like Cardi. I like to see her have her show. That's what I want to see. Because I think we got into her business. She's always selling her business. And so I think it'd be interesting if she actually had a show on TV that we could just, tune in to keep up on the latest Cardi B business and that kind of thing. But I'm done with her as a rapper. I don't think that her heart is in it anymore. I think she's done with that. She's a mom. And it just sounded like a lot of braggadocious bragging and, stuff you do when you know you're I don't know. It felt weird because if the song was hitting and she was bragging, then it would have felt good. But since it wasn't hitting and she was bragging, it felt weird. It just came off weird because I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't brag right now. Your song stinks a little bit. It's not hitting. So it felt weird. It didn't, even with the visuals, which by the way were beautiful. Gosh, she looked gorgeous in that video. It almost felt like dress up to cover up how bad the song was. Does that make sense? It's almost like they wanted us like sleight of hand. You can't see me now. Like you can't tell I can't rap. Like my rap, like you could. She was definitely. It just sound like she was reading from a piece of paper. And I'm gonna leave it there. That's what's going on with our little party. She's having a bad time. And let me say this. I think part of it, I'm not sure exactly where her planets are, but I know that we've got Saturn in Aries. We've got Neptune in Aries. We got Venus in Cancer. And Jupiter in Cancer. And the North Node in Aries. Ain't none of them planets agreeing with no Libra. And depending on where her sun is, it just wasn't vibing with her. Now, maybe Ciara has a little better something with her chart. But even with Ciara, both Libra, her and Cardi, Ciara album, when I tell you Ciara dropped a Grammy-winning album, I'm not joking. I listened to like 8 of the songs because they're on YouTube if you want to find it. They're all good. She's got an album of hits. And as far as I could see, she's only got like 300-400 views. And I'm like, or it's not in the millions. She's not Doja Catting. She's not Doja-ing. That's what I'm going to call that now, Doja-ing. When you could drop an album, a record, and 20 hours later have almost 2 million views. That's Doja. Ciara's got high level videos or songs, but she's not getting the views like Doja. I'm not trying to remember what sign is Doja. Is Doja a Libra? These Libras all dropping. Hold on, let me see something. Or is Doja, I'm trying to remember, is she a Pisces? I'm trying to remember what Doja Cat was. Hold on, let me see. October 21st. Didn't I say? Oh, damn, Libras. The Libras. They all dropped around the same time. Didn't they? All the Libras. She's on the cusp, but I think she's technically still a Libra too. So all Libras, all 3 girls, all of them dropped within hours, days of each other. And 1 hit. And I think it might be because Doja is close, as you can see at 21st, her sun is in the last degrees of Libra and very close to Scorpio, because I think the 23rd is Scorpio. So her sun is probably, let me see, where is that? Let me check something. Doja is the one that got a direct hit, for sure. As I'm just thinking about where the planets are, right? And with her sun being at the last degrees like that, first of all, the moon right now, that's exactly Venus at 26 degrees. Let me see. No. But yeah, Gemini. Mm-hmm. So she's got an inconjunct with Uranus and Gemini right now, probably with her sun. That's very creative. Probably Neptune and Saturn are opposing her sun. And Pluto is most likely square. her sun. These are wide, but it's a sun. It gets 10 degrees. And Chiron is probably opposing her sun. So, but I think the sun right now at the last degrees of, no, it wouldn't be. But I feel like it's just her time. That's probably what it is. Otherwise, because she got a square, I think, from Venus, a direct square. Most likely her sun got a direct square. But what it did is that it obviously catapulted her some way, because I loved her song, and it might be that her song could have gotten even further. Like I said, there was a girl who said, "Oh no, I'm not feeling Doja Cat," when I made the comment about her and Cardi. So even though I felt it, I got it, there are still people that didn't get it. And that could be because she too is a Libra, and she too is feeling, whatever these squares and oppositions are to Aries and Cancer. But all of these girls dropped their songs, and they were all Libras. And all I can do is wish them the best, but I would have definitely have tried to have waited to Sagittarius season for these girls, but I guess they wanted to get out before the end of summer. Maybe try to do it in Leo season, and that might have been what happened with Doja, because I bet you Doja, smart girl, I have a feeling that Doja dropped her song when the sun in Leo was exactly sextile her sun. That's why Doja got 2 million hits. That's why, I'm sure of it. When I think about it, right, because Doja's the Libra, and they're all Libras, but she's the late degree Libra, and we're at the late degrees of Leo, and I have a feeling that Doja dropped her record exactly on her sextile to her sun. And that's why it only took 20 hours for her to get to almost 2 million views. It only took less than 24 hours. She might have got to 2 million in 20. I didn't go back after 20 hours, so I don't know. But I know that it was like, whoa! Like, what? She wins. Like, who wins? Doja. Like, who else got there? Doja. She went from zero, from one day there was no Doja, and the next day she's sitting at the top of the chart. That's what I'm talking about. And I think this child, she might have an astrologer. I think Doja waited to drop that record when the sun was exactly sextile her sun. And it worked. It worked. It didn't work for none of the other Libras because it probably wasn't exactly sextile. I bet you that was exactly sextile Doja's sun the moment it was dropped. I would love to see if it was. How incredible. Anyway, the sun is officially in Virgo. Virgo, that means we're about to have our full moon any second. Hold on for a second. Let me see something. So the sun is at 0 degrees. And yes, it's coming. We're there. Happy new moon in Virgo, everybody, because the sun right now is at 0 degrees and 17 minutes. So within the next 24 hours, we're definitely going to be there because it happened at 0 degrees and 23 minutes, right? So we only have, like 5 hours to go or something. But the moon right now is at 29 degrees of Leo and 4 minutes. 29 degrees of Leo. Sitting on my Mars in Leo. That's why I had to come out and talk. And it's probably why I had to come out and talk about entertainment. The funny thing is, I have, and then I'm going to leave because I just realized Chiron at 26 degrees is square Venus at 26 degrees of Cancer too. That's also happening. So there's some square there, and I don't want to cause any problems with me, and other people and talking, because me and my big mouth and Look, I don't think I'm all that great. I'm not a star. I'm not a singer. But years ago, I was a singer. So I feel like I can listen and I know stuff. But I just wanted to come out and give my opinion and be honest about it and tie it into astrology because I love, current affairs and astrology to me is part of what I do. And so I like talking about current affairs and current people who are in the industry and how they're affected. So I would love to um, just say, I hope that if you are listening, that uh, share your opinion. I would love to hear what your opinions are. Like, what do you guys think? Have you guys paid attention to the fact that all three Leos dropped the album hunt around the same day? And how things have been going on, and there's been a pushback. Some of these Libras have been getting some trouble, and like Cardi's been having a real bad issue with Black women right now. I think some DOJA CAT might have had some. I don't know what's the other girl? Oh, the other girl from South Africa, TYLA. TYLA is the other one that now she's a Libra. She's a Libra. TYLA, oh, that's or excuse me, not a Libra, an Aquarius. Aquarius, January 30th. And TYLA might have had issues because the sun was opposing her sun. At January 30th, not only is the sun opposing her sun, but her sun is probably close enough to Pluto in Aquarius that it's also affecting her. The thing about it is that when the sun is opposing your sun, it's a weak time in your life. So TYLA has been having a lot of problems. One, she is another girl who dropped her album or record, and I think she only sold something like 3,400 units in all of the America, if I'm not mistaken, and it was considered a flop. I also heard that she passed out in Brazil. That she something like probably emotional exhaustion, and because when the sun is opposing your sun, it is the weakest time of the year. So she's already a very little girl. Apparently at H&M's Brazil events, she tapped out early. I heard she passed out. There's all these different things about, her health and what happened to her. She's exhausted. Is it emotional? Is it this? Is it that? She had a really bad album debut or record debut or whatever, and I think that it really affected her health. So I'm hoping that she's going to get better now that the sun is officially in Virgo, pulling away from the opposition to her sun in Aquarius. It could not have been easy for the little 23-year-old. And I think that she also had a hard time. These girls, these little starlet girls, these singers, they have been having a hard time. And I feel like a little bit of this, I'm just going to say this and then I really will go, is because Venus is at 26 degrees of Cancer and Chiron is at 26 degrees of Aries. They are square. I feel like some people have been getting over on their looks, on their aesthetics for a long time, and not bringing what they need to bring to have the level of popularity and fame that they have. And these people, most likely due to this square, have been exposed in a way. I mean, usually, Venus kind of shadows things with our affection and our love, and we'll see beautiful people, and then we give more to the beautiful people than the ugly people and stuff like that. But I feel like with Chiron in Aries, because the Aries rules the face, Aries rules the personality, the persona. The first house is Aries. It's what we present to the world, is what we're presenting to others. It's why it was so blaringly obvious with Cardi B's drop with Imaginary Players, because the aesthetics was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Cardi B might have just released the most aesthetically beautiful video. I think Doja's might be more, but both of them beautiful aesthetically. Wow. But what got me was how her voice over the track was not matching that beauty. And that, I really think, is the Chiron in Aries, face, first house, whatever, covering mask, squaring Venus, you know, with the beauty. It felt like they put silk over crud. And that's not a good vibe. And that's what happened. Doja used a lot of visual beauty in her video too. But her delivery was, to me, that song is perfection. Doja has a certain market. She targeted her market. She targeted her market perfectly, and she targeted our market and gave them what they wanted. She gave us what we want. I said I listened to it 10 times. That's because I'm part of that market that Doja was targeting. People who listen to Doja, I guess, are like me. I heard it, I loved it. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to hear that song on the radio for the rest of the summer. I know I am. It's that kind of song. And some songs are that way. They're made for that, to be played on the radio when you're driving down the highway, to be listened to when you're at the party or whatever it is. And you know when you hear it, that's where you're going to, like Ciara's song. There was a couple of songs like that What's Up song. That just sounds like something I hear at a barbecue. Every house party. What's up? Right? I was like, oh, that song's going to end up at a house party. Some songs you can hear it. You know that they're house party songs. She had a couple of them. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. See, I'm into music. So Venus. It's the Venus thing. I'm really into music. And so, you know, anyway. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll sell more tomorrow. We'll talk more about, and I will put the link up if I haven't put it up. It'll be somewhere where you can get the Astrology Mega Digital Bundle. You can go to the website at astrologylookinside.com and get this Astrology Mega Digital Bundle at the website. It's a different, by the way, it's a different, it's going to be slightly different than the one you get at Kit. They're different. That's why there's two prices. But you can get the one on the website, and you can get that for $17 if you get it before, I think, Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. You gotta act. And all you do is go to the website, click on wherever you see the Mega Astrology Digital Bundle. When you get to checkout, put MEGA, MEGA at checkout, and you'll get it for $17 and not $27. If not, just go ahead to Kit and get it there, because that's where it's going to be. Okay. So I've got other things that I want to talk to you about, but I'll talk to you about them tomorrow. It's been my pleasure. Much love, much light, many blessings. This has been Adrienne, Capricorn Tigress of astrologylookinside.com. Many blessings, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Bye, you guys. See, I didn't even do any readings or anything tonight. I just realized I didn't even do any readings tonight. We're going to do the readings tomorrow. We'll do the readings tomorrow. Oh, let me go. Before I go, I just want to make sure. Don't have any request or anything like that. So I'm good. I'm out of here. Much love. Blessings to all. Bye. I'll put some music on as I leave out. How's that?